our first stop in Iceland is at the Blue Lagoon, which is probably the most popular thermal pool here.
Yeah, we know it's a little bit touristy, but when we've been wanting to go to Iceland for like 10 years now, and this is in every picture and every vlog and everything you see, you gotta check it out.
The water is beautiful. It's like a little cloudy blue, baby blue color. They have a bar that you can get drinks at. They have a bar that you can do face masks. Now I'm getting my spa treatment with the silica mud mask.
I mean, you're supposed to leave it on for 10 minutes, but I'm feeling at least 5 years younger already. Do I look 5 years younger?
Yes.
All right, here's how it's done. Full commitment. And the hair splash.
Wow, it's actually pretty good.
Really?
Yeah, it's all gone.
I guess it tastes salty. I think that's just water. Final thoughts on the Blue Lagoon. I think the question often comes up of whether or not it's worth it, and you really do have to evaluate that yourself, but I would say like value-wise, it's kind of like a little bit of a spa experience, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, definitely. You get to go around the thermal pool and it just feels so nice and relaxing, and they give you a face mask, and afterwards they have all this lotion, and so I would say it's really nice and worth the views. I mean, how often do you come to Iceland? Might as well. Driving in Iceland has already been interesting right now. We're just surrounded by snow everywhere and the weather's been changing constantly today, so I know we are definitely in for an adventure this week. While in Iceland, we are going to be riding around in a camper van, so we thought we would give you a little tour so you could see what it looks like.
All right, so the front of the van is not super exciting, but we do have a lot of storage around here, and then also it is a standard. It has Bluetooth radio, things like that, and a phone holder. Those are pretty much the highlights up here. This is the back of the van where it's, I guess, more of like the entertainment area and the entertainment setup. We have our table here. We can play some cards, we can watch some movies, and it's also a nice little sitting area. So this is all really great just for like eating and before we go to bed. And then it converts into our bed. We can remove these tables and poles, and then it has a few poles that go across. We take the backs of these seats off to lay them. Then you get a nice full-size mattress. Seems like it'll be comfortable. This is where we're gonna be sleeping in the back. It actually has some sleeping bags that we got, a couple pillows. We have these curtains here that close so you can have some darkness if you're in a parking lot or anything. While in a camper van, we also have the option to cook here. We'll open up the door. We have this little propane stove here, so when we're cooking, we'll just prop open the door a little bit for ventilation, but we'll still stay warm while we're in the car. And then we also have all of these things that are included. There's dishes and plates. We have some silverware. We have a sink here that we can use, which is really, really helpful. And then we also have a refrigerator. It's a little small, but it's enough to store a few meals for us this week. The last few features, it comes with a heater inside under here. Is really nice and really warm. We've already tested that out. And then we also have lots of storage. There's storage underneath the kitchen. Each of these benches has storage. On the back side there's storage, so plenty of room to put stuff. We are on our way to our first camping spot. Tonight we're staying in a national park, and it'll be our first night camping in the van, so we plan to spend some time getting organized a little bit right now. We have stuff everywhere, and we're gonna cook a good dinner. Made it to Thingvellir National Park. Checked out some camping spots, but we saw one of the waterfall stops here. There's no one here but us. It's also snowing again, so we're gonna see if the flow is going. It might not actually be flowing right now, but we'll find out. Might not even be open. Oh no, it just says close the gate. We're good. This is so awesome. It's just us down here, and there's these amazing canyons. Not sure how much of this waterfall is still flowing, but even the hike is beautiful, so it's definitely, it's not a loss either way. Our first Iceland waterfall, and it is incredible.
did not expect to be able to fit so much in today. We ended with the waterfall, and now we're back at the van. We're gonna make some dinner and get ready for tomorrow.
Tomorrow is gonna be so much fun. We're gonna finish the Golden Circle. We're gonna see more waterfalls, get to check out some geysers, another thermal pool. So it's gonna be awesome. Can't wait to continue our adventure in Iceland in the morning.
All right, had a little slower start to the morning. We slept in a little bit. By slept in, I mean like 7:45, just to catch up on some sleep from our travel. And we're on our way now to go back to the same waterfall we saw yesterday to see it in the daylight a little bit more.
Sleeping in the van was, to me, surprisingly comfortable. I was a little unsure because it's, you know, kind of tight quarters, but whether it was the long days of travel, we were just too tired to care. We slept fantastic. I think if I hadn't set an alarm, we would have kept sleeping. Got to see a little bit of this waterfall last night as the sun was falling. Now we're gonna check it out in the daytime. Beautiful morning. Definitely glad that we came back. It's a lot cooler during the day to see it because we can actually see all the surroundings. So this is a great start to Iceland. Second stop here on the Golden Circle is Silfra.
This is an area where you can snorkel or dive with a dry suit between two tectonic plates.
We decided to skip this one. We think it's a little bit of a savings for the budget, and we decided this might be a little too cold in the winter, primarily for Rebecca.
Okay, but people do say the water is so clear and beautiful. You can see it from where we're standing, and it's just amazing. It looks so deep and awesome.
A couple positives I can already think of in terms of van life here in Iceland is, one, we're camping right in the national park here, so we get to arrive at the sites a little earlier than the folks from the buses from Reykjavik. And then two, compared to some of the other camper style trucks that we've driven, like on safari when we have a tent on top of the van, we can just wake up and like hit the road, and that's what we did this morning, and then we're settled down for breakfast here in a bit.
We are waiting for the geyser to explode. Explode? Go. Pop. What do they do? I don't know. Definitely scarier than I thought. I was not ready for it to go off, so it made me jump a little bit, but it was really cool. I feel like they let you get a little closer than I think would be allowed, but...
Yeah, I definitely thought we were about to get rained on there for a second. It was also hard to predict. I thought we'd hear like a little bubbling and then like a...
No,
but it just went, and so it definitely scared us. This whole area is a thermal area that has a couple different geysers. There's one big one and one smaller one. So one's called Geyser and the other is Stroker. But apparently Geyser is the second largest geyser in the world. I think it's bigger than Yosemite, but I'll have to fact check that.
Yellowstone.
Yellowstone. You know what I meant. Okay, so we found Geyser. Apparently Geyser only goes off very occasionally and has sometimes stopped for years at a time, so we're not gonna wait that long.
All of these thermal pools look so nice. They look like little hot tubs, and I'm very cold right now. I just want to jump in. But it's like 80 to 100 degrees Celsius, which would just burn you. So obviously we're not hopping in here, but it's really cool to look at.
That was the most crowded thing that we've seen. I can't imagine how busy it gets during summer. Of course, we're in our self-drive van, but if you want to see the Golden Circle other ways or other parts of Iceland, there are other options, such as this.
Gullfoss waterfalls, way bigger than we were expecting.
Gullfoss is awesome. Obviously, if you're driving the Golden Circle, you're gonna go see it, but goes without saying, if you're thinking about skipping it, definitely don't.
Now it's time for lunch. Got some little ramen noodles here. And now we are on our way out of the Golden Circle and we are going to follow the southern coast.
I think it really speaks to how awesome Iceland is because this is one of the lesser known waterfalls. It's called Foss. Not gonna get that pronunciation right, but check this out.
More water flows in these waterfalls than anywhere else in Iceland, and we weren't even planning to stop here. We just happened to see it on the map. This is so epic.
We're just driving along here, and look at this.
The sun came back out just in time for us to visit this huge waterfall, and there's a rainbow too.
This is Foss. That's my best estimate of how to say it. Waterfall. Waterfall in Icelandic is Foss, so I know I can get that part right every time.
Nearby the main waterfall is Gullfoss waterfall. I don't know if that's how you say it, but I'm gonna try.
The key to Gullfoss waterfall is that you can actually hike back into it. Check this out.
We are totally soaked, but it was definitely worth it. Getting to see that waterfall was such an amazing experience.
Yeah, pro tip, bring your rain jacket. We're in our down jackets because it's a little chilly, but definitely still glad that we went in. We're here at Reynisfjara Beach, which is the black sand beach.
They have some really cool columns behind us that are formed when the magma cools that creates these hexagonal shapes.
Yeah, a friend of mine told me it's the only place in the world with that type of geological formation. Certainly never seen it before.
Thanks, Ethan.
This beach is known not only for the basalt columns and the black sand, but the huge waves. There's warnings everywhere to make sure that you keep an eye out, and I can see why.
That beach was a perfect way to cap our day, our first full day here in Iceland.
And tomorrow we are going to continue exploring the south coast, hopefully see some more waterfalls, and check out the rest of what Iceland has to offer. All right, we have to interrupt whatever we just said we were about to show you because we just saw the Northern Lights.
It was insane. Kyle was about to go take a shower and we've been looking for them pretty frequently every time we get out of the van. And he was like, get out of the car, the lights are out. And it was just showering magic, dust everywhere.
I thought maybe during this trip, because we're kind of at the end of the Northern Lights, we might catch, you know, a few on some photos or on the GoPro or something, but we could see everything.
Yeah, at different points it was just all over the sky, just green. Everywhere you looked, it was always just dancing somewhere.